Hey, what's up? This is Marcus Henderson. You're watching Zen and the Art of Shredding. You know what? I want to talk about getting a really good guitar tone in the studio today, particularly metal. Metal seems to be one of the hardest tones to master, and a lot of people think it's really easy, just plug in and go. Nothing could be farther from the truth. You know, when it comes to great guitar tones, you know, the sum of its parts is really all that counts. When you're looking at instruments and every little detail involved, from amplifiers to pickups to switches and knobs, they all affect your tone. Every single one of them puts a little bit under your tone. So when it comes to metal, you want to start concentrating on a less is more approach, because gain is a tricky thing. Particularly when it comes to hard rock and metal players, they think that more gain is more, when in reality, more gain is just more noise. So what you want to do, as a rule of thumb, if you're having trouble harnessing all of that gain and it just sounds flubby and it doesn't sound tight like it should, roll back the gain. In fact, as a rule of thumb, start with less gain and then work your way up. You'd be surprised about how little gain you're going to get out of your stuff and still have it sound awesome. In some amplifiers, the third just at 3 is hardcore, like a 5150. If you guys have 5150s out there, you're going to be like, there's outstanding gain on that amplifier. But that is the only amplifier in the world that I know of that has 5 gain stages. And when you hit to about the 4th or 5th, you're really just hitting this wasteland of gain, and it doesn't really sound that good. So check it out, everybody. Here's what I do to get, and a lot of players do this to get really cool sounds out of their rig. If you're a 2-guitar player band, usually you've got a designated rhythm guy and a designated solo guy. And each one of you have your own distinct tones, but the concept is to merge your guitars into one big behemoth of sound. And the way to do that is to record one of your guitar parts slightly darker sounding, which means you want to concentrate a little bit on the left side of the EQ spectrum. You want to concentrate a little bit more on the bass side on one guitar, and then EQ the other guitar to be a little bit more higher end and a little higher mid-range. That way, when you blend the two together, you're not just duplicating frequencies, you're actually creating this big, gigantic, hokey sandwich of awesomeness that's going to sound really, really great in the mix, and it's a lot more controllable. So remember, less gain is actually more gain, and get those two sounds blended together by focusing each one on their own respective frequency settings. This is Marcus Henderson. You've been watching Zen and the Art of Shredding.